All right, guys, welcome. So today I want to talk about being a content creator and a photographer full-time. If you want to start making money with your camera, listen up and I will give you some tips. So let's say you just bought your camera, you're going to have to learn the basics. You're going to have to understand ISO, shutter speed, aperture, all of these different things. And then you're going to get into some lighting and some composition. Really, the only way to learn this well is to shoot every single day, watch videos like this, really get to know the basics and the fundamentals of photography, and make your camera work for you, and just understand everything that there is to do about that. And now once you start, shooting every single day, you also want to start posting. At first, just make an Instagram and post all of your photos, share your work, and hopefully people dig it. And if not, you're at least being self-accountable because you can share your photos online and just share the artwork that you're going to be making consistently. And you also will get a nice grid, so you get to see when you're getting better, what improvements you want to make. Your inspo is already on Instagram, and it typically works out pretty well. So that's my first few tips. Buy your camera, learn all the basic settings, shoot as much as you can, shoot every single day, and really dial in that setup. And then you want to be sharing your work on social media. Those are non-negotiables. If you want to be a good photographer and make money with your camera, that's the most ideal place to start. Which then brings me on to, you should really be bringing your camera everywhere. Bring your camera to family events, friend groups, the beach, a party with your friends, whatever it may be. Try and just bring your camera everywhere because one, everybody in your life is going to associate you with having a camera, being the camera guy. And that's going to be really important, so people associate you and your Instagram and everything else with you being the photographer. And honestly, believe it or not, if you're sharing your work and you have good quality content, someone's going to hire you eventually in your circle, or you might even have to work for free once or twice, and then you get to build this body of work. Which then gets me to my next point, is you do want to build a website. So you can just go on any sort of platform like Wix or Squarespace, pay the $10-20 a month, it is what it is, you already spent a bunch of money on your camera, and put your work on this platform. That's going to be super important to just give you a hub, give you a contact form, and just kind of show people that you're pretty serious about getting hired as a photographer. So assuming you've taken the first few steps and you've shot quite a bit, I think now you really want to start thinking about what you want to shoot and what your end goal is in photography. So there's lots of different niches, and unfortunately I do recommend niching down into a specific genre of photography. It will make you way more hireable in the future, and will just help with everything in terms of marketing, who your target client is, and everything like that. So for a few examples of niches, you have wedding photography, engagement and portrait photography. Then you have action and sports photography, so you could shoot for soccer teams or basketball teams. Cars, right? You could shoot for automotive and car photography. And then as you kind of experiment, you can also get up to more commercial photography. And real commercial photography, your images would be on billboards, and companies would pay you quite a lot of money to license your images and stuff like that. Then there's that low-level commercial photography where you're shooting for brands that are local in your city, not quite international yet, but still selling products to the community and to everybody in your area. So you have that low-level commercial vibe, and then you have that higher-end commercial as well. I also see a lot of people doing personal branding now, so that's a huge one because everybody needs content. So you can just be that personal branding photographer and shoot for real estate agents, shoot for other influencers and stuff like that. So all being said, if you can really focus your work onto a specific niche of the ones I just said, that would make you the most hireable to those people. For example, if I wanted to be a wedding photographer, all I post is wedding photography on my Instagram. My My website is all wedding photos and different couples and testimonials of different couples. And even in the emails, I know how to write and respond to couples that are, in their early to late 20s trying to get married. You have such a specific niche, and you can really market towards that kind of demographic. And I think that would really elevate your success quite a bit once you start getting into that. But honestly, at first, you just want to shoot everything, and then you can kind of pick your niche as you go. But I think that's something to keep in mind for now. Let's see, I got some notes here on my laptop. After you pick your niche, you're going to want to dial in your workflow and really how you invoice customers and all of this. And honestly, it can be a little intimidating at first when you don't know any better. But I will lay out everything for you right now, so hopefully you find that very valuable. One, you're going to want a professional photo delivery website. So I use PixieSet. I think there's PickTime as well, and they're like $10 a month. Maybe there's a free version, but they give you that huge leg up over just Google Drive or just sending like a weird Dropbox link. The delivery of the photos will make the clients a lot happier, and they would definitely appreciate the more professional and clean aesthetic of those websites. And then for your accounting as well, you want to do contracts and professional invoices for almost all of your clients. You want to keep everything like to the book, and then if anything does go bad, you have a bit of a contract as well. So I use HoneyBook, and the best thing about HoneyBook is it has these things called proposals. So you can have your invoice and your contract all together in one email or one document, whereas before I used to use like Adobe Sign for my contracts, and then I would send them a invoice through Wave Financial, and I can link those down below. It might be good when you're starting out. Wave is just a really easy to use, free accounting software and invoicing software. So I can just write you up an invoice really quick, and that's what it is. But then the issue is with the contracts, you don't want to like annoy your clients, and there's so much friction when you have to like pay the invoice, and then you have to go to a separate email to sign this contract, and it's just way harder to get booked, I feel like. If you just send them one thing all in one, they get to see the price, the payment structure, and then the contract as well, all in one document. That is way more efficient, and that's going to get you way more jobs. So I use HoneyBook and then PixieSet for my photo delivery. And once you have that workflow, that'll help a lot. And then here's another bonus tip as well, is when you're in your gallery, some clients want to choose the photos. And again, this is going to depend on your workflow, but I let most of my clients choose the photos. So I will have a custom name, so like ES1, ES2, ES3 in that sequence. And then I will not change that naming sequence. So then when I export those photos, I'm not going to change that name, because then once I send them the selections, they can literally pick. And then once I have their 10 selections, so they want image 224, 532, I can literally just quickly go up and look that same image up and then edit the photo for them. So that's something to keep in mind too. And then plus, sorry, this is like full circle, but PixieSet and these photo editing, these photo sharing platforms will also give you options like with watermarks and stuff, so no one's gonna like screenshot the unedited photos and start sharing them and stuff. And typically that is pretty industry standard to not give clients unedited photos. It's your work and your value, and you can't just be giving out everything for them. Plus, it also looks bad on your name if they're blurry photos or dark or unedited. It's not really ideal. So you want to have just some light watermarks so they don't really do that. And that'll help a lot. So another thing, now that you're on social media and you're posting some work, I think it's really important to connect with other photographers in your area and just kind of join a few communities, follow studios, follow stylists or makeup artists, and just kind of have a general idea and get to know the general community that you really want to be a part of. Realistically, like they will give you lots of jobs potentially. They might just maybe be open to coffee meetups and stuff like that. And if you can really network with these types of people, it'll really help elevate your photography business and just show people that you're serious. And then even better, you can double it as content, like, oh, just met with so-and-so for coffee. And then people just understand that you're really out here getting to know everybody, getting to show face, and that you're able to work. But that is a huge journey from just buying a camera and learning the basics. So hopefully that doesn't intimidate you, but realistically this journey can be as fast and as slow as you want. Really the biggest thing is just shooting as much as you can, learning the camera, learning your workflow and all those little business, invoicing, delivering the images, stuff like that. And then once you get comfortable enough, you can really just start charging right off the bat, and kind of finding your place in your industry, in your niche, etc. Hopefully that was a lot of value for you guys. I just want to be super open in these videos and just kind of lay it all out there. So yeah, hopefully you found something entertaining or very useful in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.